nature. But these girls live in a matriarchy, and it's not just because they're all females. Actually, the one that you see closest to us, that's Lucy. She is the matriarch of the herd. All elephants live in matriarchies. You will never ever see a dominant male at the head of an elephant herd. It just doesn't happen. Girls are in charge when it comes to elephants. You see those large ears are actually one of the easiest ways to identify them visually. They are in the shape of the continent of Africa, African elephants. You'll see some of these girls are tossing dirt up onto their backs with their trunks. That's because they are very susceptible to sunburn. So what they'll do is toss dirt, mud, and straw up there to protect themselves from the sun. They use those trunks for a couple other things as well. One of our girls over there is picking up grass off the ground and eating it. They will also suck water up into that trunk and toss it up onto their backs to cool them down or into their mouths to drink. Those trunks are so strong they house 100,000 muscles just inside the one trunk. But they are so delicate that they can pick up an item as small as a dime just with the two little pincher-like appendages on the end. Oh man, that girl is flirting. See, the ostrich mating dance is a... Oh my goodness. Children, look away. Male ostriches will do their mating dance, wiggle their wings back and forth, and beat their head against their back, like you see that guy doing over there. Usually, it takes a little bit more to impress our females. They like to run away if the males do their mating dance, but not that girl. That's a first of the summer for me. Great. Alright, quickly, over to our left, you're going to see our zebra herd. Now, zebras have not black and white stripes, but brown stripes on a white body. That's right, they're actually a dark brown, and the stripes are super useful when a predator comes along. If these guys want to run away from a predator, they will get into a big herd, move around, confuse the predator into thinking that their coat makes them one super large zebra, and not attack. You'll see some young zebras in there as well. The young ones do have to learn to run within 1 hour of being born. Otherwise, they'll get left behind by the herd. To the right, you'll see 5 of our white rhinos. And I know that might sound kind of silly. Obviously, they are not white. But they were initially called the wide rhino by the tribe that discovered them because of their wide rectangular mouths, good for grazing. But people heard the name, thought that they were saying the white rhino, and the name stuck. Now, their horns are not made out of bone, like the bison horns that you saw before. Usually, horns grow out of the skull, and once they break or are damaged, they do not grow back. But for these guys, they're made out of the same stuff that our nail and hair is made out of, so it does grow back if it's damaged. It's a little more dangerous than your fingernails, though. To the left, you guys are going to see Princess Leia and Wanda, her mom. Wanda is closer to us. Now, these guys are Asian water buffalo. And they will spend all day long hanging out in the water. The only times they really come out is to graze or to sunbathe. And they will do something similar to elephants. They take their horns, dig it into the mud, flip it on top of their backs to use as a natural sunblock. And you'll see one of our ostrich ladies coming up to the left. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Ostriches freak me out. I don't know if it's with their beady eyes, or like you can see down their throats when they open their mouths. I'd just rather they were like, they're cool, but they're really cool when they're far away from me. Ostriches have very large eyes. They're actually larger than their brains. Ostriches are not that smart. But that's where the phrase bird brain came from. Right, we are heading into the wild plains where you will see even more ostriches because our ostriches really don't understand the meaning of the word gate. They like to think they have free reign in this place, and they're sort of right. This is where a lot more of our herd animals live. And because they're herd animals, they do like to herd down all the way at the other side of the fence. So I'm going to like rapid fire give you all of them once we get down there. You may see some peacocks hanging around here as well. They do live in this section. They are bright blue and green, and that's the male peacocks. The female peacocks are actually brown. They're called pea hens, and we don't have any of those. And the babies, fun fact, are called pea chicks. Back behind the fences over there, if you saw him, that's our dominant male common eland. dominant male common elands are very, very aggressive, which is why he's back there. He wasn't really playing nice, so he's in timeout until he can learn to be nice to everybody again. They have white striping on their backs, which is highly helpful when they live in the tall grasslands. It helps them camouflage and stay away from predators. Now, those males are so notoriously aggressive that back when we had a sign up telling our guests what the animals were, there's a picture of a male common eland. Our big male decided that that was a threat to his herd and he knocked it down. We put it back up and he knocked it down, and eventually we just kind of gave up. Made you guys guess what they were. To the right and left, well, actually to the left first, you're going to see those guys with the big white circles on their butts. They are the ellipsis waterbuck. Ellipsis for that circle, waterbuck for the secretion they have in their fur that makes them waterproof. It's very good for them if they're being chased by a predator that cannot swim. They can escape into the water and get away. To the left, the toasted marshmallow over there is a Dama gazelle. They are the largest and rarest of the gazelle species, and there are actually only about 300 of them left in the entire world. And ooh, special treat over to the right. You're going to see a mama giraffe and a baby back there. Her name is Josie. She was just born yesterday. Oh, that's the first time I've seen Josie this summer too. You guys are getting a special lunch from her. The reticulated giraffe. That's what Josie and her mom are. Now, the reticulated giraffe is one of the tallest creatures on land. They have necks that are 6 feet long, legs that are also 6 feet long, which is cool because mama giraffes give birth standing up, which means the first thing a baby giraffe ever does in its lifetime is survive a 6-foot fall to the ground. Now, here's the thing, our giraffes are friendly. If they do decide to approach the truck, which they may, touching one of them equals immediate ejection from the truck. Very, very serious. Are we good with this? You can't touch the giraffe? Awesome. Now, every giraffe has a different set of spots. They are like fingerprints. You'll never see a giraffe with the same ones. And their necks have a couple cool features. One, they are 600 pounds, which makes them really good for swinging around and hitting at things that they don't like. Two, if they do decide to reach down and eat food off the ground, the valves in their arteries will shut off, preventing the blood from rushing to their head and making them dizzy. The pale one closer to us is Conan. He is our only male, and it is his job to hang out with all of our gorgeous females. Not a bad gig. Behind him is Bridget with the darker spots. Now, giraffes, yes? Oh, did we pass the yellow-crested crane? Those birds back there, that's what they're called, the yellow-crested crane. Orange bodies in my pack? I'm not sure, we must have passed something. Now, articulated giraffes, oh, it is feeding time. Guys, there's a giraffe feeding every hour on the half hour at the camp, and you can catch this one if you get off at the camp here.